I have figured it out. I know why Games Workshop does not support the Sisters of Battle and the Bretonnians of Warhammer Fantasy. Okay, the Sisters of Battle were released in 1997, and the last time they had a model release was 2004. That is until recently. The last Bretonnians were also released in 2004. Someone at Games Workshop had a revelation around that time, and then that was it. No Sisters of Battle, no Bretonnian models, barely any rules update for something like 20 years. The Sisters of Battle came back in 2019, and recently the Bretonnians have been re-released in 2024. So that's 15 and 20 years since we had any models for them. And we are going to go on an absolute trip. You may not believe it, but everything on my channel has been leading up to this video. This symbol explains it all. This flower lily symbol is French, and the Bretonnians, though they may take some of their lore from English Arthurian legends, they are in Warhammer's geographic equivalent of France, and use the lily flower, or as it's more commonly known, the Fleur de Lis. The Sisters of Battle may be European Catholic nuns that use faux Latin of Gothic, but do you know what other language is sort of like Latin? French. The Adepta Sororitas and Bretonnia have French imagery. Here is fan art of two Sisters of Battle eating the entirety of the Necron Flying Corps. All of it is covered in that symbol. Look, the Fleur de Lis there, and there, and there. And Games Workshop is a British company based in England, founded in 1975, and the English and the French hate each other. I don't like the French. Maybe it's the association with garlic, maybe it's because I too am English. So to understand all of this, we need to go back just a little bit before 1975. The setting is mainland Europe, a peninsula of the Middle East and Asia just off the coast of Great Britain. So the northern French raided the southern English and vice versa, but they weren't their own countries yet, so it doesn't count. They were just some Celtic tribes. And that has been a constant for hundreds of years. Incidentally, the Vikings also raided the northeast of England and abducted people, and that is why there are attractive people in Scandinavia. Charlemagne united France and Germany, but then it broke, proving that no one can control both of them for very long. And this is what cemented the hatred between the French and the Germans. So I hope that... no, wait, wrong country. Okay. The Normans invaded England, which was fine, unless you already lived there. They burned down some stuff, then they built some stuff, and after a while they left. And the ones that developed a love of northeast fish, they stayed. You need to remember that this is the Dark Ages before the invention of chips to go with the fish. Then a few centuries later, in an Uno reverse, the English controlled more of France than the French. Then the English left because the food wasn't great and all of the vendors and waiters answered in English even when you were trying your best to speak French to them. Then there were more wars. One of them lasted 7 years, and there were a lot of away matches, where one side supported the local people against the other country. Then Napoleon invaded and conquered Spain, which forever cemented a hatred between... okay, never mind. Back on topic. The United States decided to help the French, but then the British Canadians burned down Washington DC, and the United States decided not to help the French, which did forever cement an American mockery of the French? Odd. Then the British, and everyone else who hated the French, defeated Napoleon. Both sides promised to keep on hating the other because 1,000 years of warfare is not enough. Then the unthinkable happened. The British and French became friends. And they proved this by dying together in Crimea and in the First and Second World Wars. And you hate no one more than your own friends. That's it. That's the reason why an English company can feel comfortable taking a symbol associated with an ally of Britain, but also hating and neglecting it at the same time. Now, I don't think the French government is going to kill me for this video. The executioner is permanently on strike, and good for them. If they're pulling you out of retirement, then you need to get your money's worth. But do you know who hates the French the most? The Parisians. And everyone in France agrees that the Parisians are the worst. They are the French that ruined France. So I can agree with the French on something. So, Vive la France? I am Christian von Carmian, and I have forgotten what this video was supposed to be about. Happy April.